Yes, good morning, everyone. Even those who are listening to us virtually. I want to first acknowledge the main celebrant of this event, that is the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Dr. Fiju Ratanzi. I want also to acknowledge the Ministry of Education, the Cabinet Secretary of Education, represented here today by the Chief Administrative Secretary, Minister of Education, Mr. Sak Kenodia. For those who don't know, Sak Kenodia was the chair of SONU. At some point, when I was also serving with Professor Jama, as members of the Electoral Commission, those of you who remember. And they used to be very difficult elections. He gave us some little hard time. Now he is better behaved. I want also to acknowledge the chair of the University of Nairobi Council, Professor Julie Ojiambo, yes, and all the members of the University of Nairobi Council who came today, and again they were here yesterday to support us as we were celebrating the UoN at 50. The chair of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association, Isaac Awodo, who is represented here today by Mildred Wall, the Senate, members of Senate, all graduates and stakeholders. And also to acknowledge Professor Michelle Mogo, who is attending this graduation online like the rest of those who are graduating today. So online audience and the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. UoN is 50 years old, and it was inaugurated by President Kenyatta in 1970. And yesterday, we had a very big celebration here. And we just want to thank all those who came and participated in this event and contributed in different ways. We did many things, but one of the things that we did was the Chancellor of the University, Fiju Ratanzi, to acknowledge and vet people who have been identified as having contributed significantly in different ways in their service to the university and mankind. These were just a few names which were identified, but we know that this university has had many heroes and heroines. Some of those who were mentioned yesterday and feted were Professor Julie Ojiambo, Professor Wangari Maathai, Professor Francis Gichaga, Professor Shem Wadiga, Professor Gerard Kimani, and Professor Okoth Okombo, and Mr. Ben Waweru. As I say, we have many people here in this university. These, among others, were feted yesterday, and we are going to continue acknowledging all those who contribute in different ways to ensure that the University of Nairobi achieves its mission and its vision. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 2020 has been a very, very unique year. And we thank God that He has brought us this far, that we are having the second graduation this year, following the one we had in September. And in total, I think we are going to graduate about 8,560 students, both September and this graduation, with a total of 120 PhDs. That is a great achievement, and congratulations, Senate. Yeah. But let's not forget that this year started very, very interesting, because the pillars of this university were shaken. Those of you who remember, the pillars were shaken. But because of our resilience and the formidable spirit as a University of Nairobi, the university is able to celebrate what we are celebrating today and what we celebrated in September, graduating students, and many other activities we have done. If you recall very well, there are three main pillars which hold this university very firmly. That is the Chancellor, the Council, and the Vice-Chancellor. And two of those pillars were attacked. It is only the Chancellor who was left. But I want to thank her because alone, she was able to sustain the university for some hours. Because, you know, when the Vice-Chancellor was returned later, this happened on a Friday, and the Vice-Chancellor came back on Tuesday. And during this time, the only period that was there was the Chancellor. I think we need to recognize this and acknowledge. Yeah. She held the university alone. Yeah. And obviously I joined later, and the council later joined. But the students and the staff were initially quite shaken. And you remember there were many coming to Great Court saying this matter must be solved now. This matter must be solved because where is the leadership of the university? But the deans, the chairman of the department, the principals, the deputy vice-chancellors continued with the work that needed to be done. I remember when I came back, the first place I went was College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Then under Professor Jeru, which was receiving their students at that time. Yeah. And even as I walked to the building there, I didn't even tell him I'm coming in. Even those who were registering students did not know what is where. Yeah. But they were determined to register the student because the students were reporting and they were being registered physically. I want to thank all of you who did whatever role you played to bring out that this university has very, very firm foundations, and it is because of those foundations that even by the threatening, by checking the pillars, that we were able to hold on and we are able to be where we are today. Asante sana. Members, before we settled down, then the COVID-19 pandemic visited us again like a robber in the night. And again, the university was threatened. And the university, I remember when the president said that all learning institutions should close, we met as a Senate and they resolved to close. There were issues to do with the College of Health Sciences, petitions there. If we close, we have deserted the Kenyans. We were able, within very short time, to ensure that the staff at the College of Health Sciences continue to support. But the rest of the university, everybody went. This place was quiet. There was no car parked there. I used to come to the office every day and I could see, with a few of the staff serving in the Vice-Chancellor's office. But within about a week, we again said no. University of Nairobi has to remain alive. And again, because of our resilience and formidable spirit and our commitment within our values for innovation and the commitment to do whatever we promise, that we had promised students that they will graduate, we met as a Senate and we agreed that we will put in place mechanisms to ensure that the students are taught and that they graduate this year. Again, there were many people who believed that that's not possible. Some members of staff, some students, and some even tried to take us to courts and etc., etc. But again, we stood very firm. And today we are here. Today we are here. And we were here again in September. That is, to me, the University of Nairobi. So we have been able to go through, we have been able to ensure that our calendar, we have followed it to the letter, our students have graduated, and we have done all the other activities we needed to do. One of the things that we were able to take very, very quickly was adoption of technology. And with this, I want to thank the ICT department led by Mr. Kariuki, and also the Odell campus led by Christopher Gakuo, because they were able to combine and pool effort and ensure that all the students and the staff were trained to migrate the activities online and begin to teach and learn and examine. Again, we had a few doubting Thomases, but the patience of the ICT and those in Odell who are teaching was threatened initially, but I kept on encouraging them. Those who want to be taught, go back and repeat the lessons. And the lessons were repeated, and because we could do a schedule, some people show up for the training, others show up later. But they were trained, everybody ended up being trained, and slowly, again, everybody moved to online. Again, you saw people going to the media saying this. I was called severally in the media. And now I understand when you hear in the news media reports when the man bites a dog, not when the dog bites a man. You know. Because they called me several, because they would ask me, are the students going to be examined? Are you going to have graduation? Every media house. And I would tell them, yes, why not? And they would report that, and they would think that maybe I'm daydreaming or something. But today we are here. We did online registration for students. We did virtual installation of the Vice-Chancellor. We did a virtual graduation in September. We did virtual prayers, which we did earlier in the year. We celebrated the best in sports earlier in the year. And we have done many things, including doing our financial transactions online and all our meetings, etc., online. And many seminars and webinars. And this, ladies and gentlemen, has prepared us very, very well. And we have seen, as a university, that there is a sense of urgency. Building on those foundations to ensure that we reform our processes, to ensure that the university remains and continues to be relevant, to continue to be vibrant, and also very importantly, sustainable. We have learned through these processes, Madam Chancellor, that we have some inefficient systems in the university which need to be fine-tuned. We have learned that we have some redundant activities that we do that need to be addressed. We need to carry out urgent reforms in this university. These reforms, we have packaged them in different lines. One of them is financial reforms, how we ensure that we spend our finances aligned fully to our core activities. We must redefine those core activities, and we agree on them. We must focus on our people, the students, the staff, and the stakeholders. We must relook at our governance in the university. We must ensure that we have data that can help us make decisions at any one time. We must revisit our curricula, and we do a very comprehensive curriculum reform. As we deal on the reform on the people, we must progressively improve our working culture as a university. We have had cases where students close to graduation, they write to the Vice-Chancellor continuously concerning missing marks or something related to their being included in the graduation. And I'm available to listen to this, and I have been doing so continuously. But it also tells me that at the level where we have the teacher, the professor, the chairman of the department, the dean of the faculty, the principal, it is likely that these students had to come and access me because maybe when they went to see the professor, when they went to see the teacher, when they went to see the chairman of the department, perhaps they were not addressed satisfactorily. I would call upon all of us to take seriously the issue of how we attend to our main stakeholders, and that is the students. It is the only reason why we are called professors, because of teaching students in this university. Otherwise, if you are in research institutions and did all those papers and wrote those books, you will not be called a professor. It is because of you are transmitting the knowledge to students. Yeah. Let us pay more attention to students. They are the main reason why we exist as a university. After that, then we are with the students, we work together and transform communities where they come from and the other communities that are neighboring the University of Nairobi and those we can reach at any one time. But the students, let's pay attention to them. I want to appeal to all of us. Let's change our working culture. And I have said severally, therefore, those who fail to do their work, then they should not expect university also to spend resources on them, because it is actually immoral. Where you have some people who believe that perhaps they can get money without working. It's unfortunate that I'm talking about this during the graduation. As we move to the new year, let us change our working culture and let us work and serve the University of Nairobi with dedication. Now, Father Kaiwa, when he was praying yesterday, before that he read some scriptures from the Leviticus emphasizing the issue of the year of Jubilee. and mentioned many things. I would want to have the government to work with us, the University of Nairobi. We have had challenges where you will find that the government has reduced capitation to the University of Nairobi. When the costs of running the services at the university has been going up, whether it is staff pay or paying electricity or paying for water or any other thing you need of fuel, but the capitation was reduced. We are requesting the government, through you, because you are the one here, to take this message that we need an increase of capitation. It is important because that's the only way University of Nairobi will remain ranked the way it is ranked among the best in Africa. But if we don't do that, then we have problems. Because as a result, we owe KRA and the other people's money. I think in the context of the year of Jubilee, we should get the government forgive and waive this. Yeah. Isn't it? We should be able, because this is an institution of government. It was created by government. Yeah. So there is no way it can be left like that. And there is the issue of what the President Kenyatta said, that this is an institution of highest importance. That's what I said yesterday. That's what the Vice President said. This is an institution of the highest importance, integrating in the Kenyan people, with the Kenyan people, the Kenyan community. So we must remain there. And remembering that the year of Jubilee, therefore I expect that you will do something about that. I want to congratulate those who will be getting their degrees today. You have worked hard and you all deserve it. And I also want to thank and congratulate those who are getting their honorary degrees, led obviously by Professor Julia Ojiambo, who will be getting their honorary degree today. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. God bless you.